If you're a home services or commercial contractor and you've ever typed your service near a city you actually want to work in and watch some other companies show up while you sit there knowing damn well you do better work than them, this video is going to fix that. I'm going to show you how to rank in every single city you serve, not just the one your office is in. And I'm going to show you how to do it without renting a virtual office, without buying a fake address, and without getting your Google profile suspended. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to build, in what order, and why most of the advice you've gotten about city pages is the reason Google is actually punishing you instead of ranking you. Quick intro. I'm Ken. I run AI Abundance, a DFW-based consultancy. I also built a software platform called Abundance Rank that does this exact work for agencies and operators at scale. Before all that, I spent 25 plus years in B2B enterprise tech sales. So I'm not a theorist. I sell, I build, and I ship. Today we're going to cover four things. First, why the build a city page for every town advice is killing your rankings. Second, the service city matrix, the math problem most SEOs get wrong. Third, how to deploy these pages so Google sees them as authority, not spam. And fourth, the AEO layer, how to get cited by ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Google's AI overviews when somebody asks for your service. Let's go. Here's what almost every SEO agency tells contractors. Just build a page for every city you serve. Cool. So you go pay somebody $500 a page. They spit out 25 pages that say we provide HVAC service in Plano with the city name swapped out, and 3 months later, your rankings are worse than when you started. Why? Because Google has a name for that. They call it a doorway page, and they've been penalizing it since 2015. A doorway page is a page that exists only to capture a search. Same content, different city, no actual value. Google's algorithm spots the pattern. In about a week now, the pages get indexed, then de-indexed, then your whole site loses trust. So the question isn't, should I build city pages? The question is, how do I build city pages that Google treats as genuine local authority instead of spam? That's where the service city matrix comes in. Most contractors think of their service area as a list of cities. Wrong frame. Your service area is actually a matrix, a grid. On one axis, every service you offer. So for an HVAC company, that might be AC repair, AC installation, furnace repair, furnace installation, ductwork, indoor air quality, commercial HVAC, and emergency service. On the other axis, every city you serve. Let's say you cover the DFW Metroplex, Grapevine, Southlake, Colleyville, Keller, Flower Mound, Capel, Las Colinas, Irving, that whole Northwest cluster. 10 cities, 8 services times 10 cities equals 80 unique combinations, 80 real searches that real customers are typing into Google right now. AC repair Southlake, emergency furnace repair Coppell, commercial HVAC Las Colinas. Most of your competitors have one page, maybe a service areas page that lists their cities. They're competing for one keyword. You're about to compete for 80. But, and this is the part that cheap SEO shops screw up, those 80 pages can't be 80 doorway pages. Each one has to be genuinely different. Different building codes referenced, different climate considerations, different neighborhoods, different landmarks, different example jobs, different testimonials from customers in that city. That's the difference between a doorway page and a local authority page. One is template and swap. The other is template and research. For Grapevine, you might reference Lake Grapevine humidity in your AC sizing section. For Capel, you reference the older neighborhoods around River Chase with original 1980s HVAC systems. For Las Colinas, you reference the mid-rise commercial buildings. Actual local truth. This is where most operators tap out, because researching and writing 80 unique pages is a 6-month full-time job, which is exactly why I built Abundance Rank, but we'll get to that. Okay, so you've got 80 pages. How do you publish them so Google sees architecture, not chaos? This is where almost everybody loses the plot. They build a flat structure, 80 pages, all sitting at the root of the site, no relationship between them. Google looks at that and goes, I have no idea which of these matters. The right structure is what I call an apex hub. Pillar pages and silos. At the top, you have your service pillar pages, one page per service. AC repair, furnace repair, Commercial HVAC. These are deep, authoritative, 2,000 plus word pages that are the definitive resource on your site for that service, linked from your main nav. Underneath each pillar, you have city service pages. AC Repair Southlake links up to AC Repair. AC Repair Capel links up to AC Repair. And critically, they cross-link sideways. Southlake's page mentions we also serve neighboring Colleyville and Keller with links. Now, Google sees a topical map. It sees you're not just claiming to do AC repair, you're claiming it across a defined territory with a coherent structure with internal linking that mirrors how a real local business actually operates. And here's the architectural trick most agencies don't know. Don't put these on a subdomain. Don't build cityname.yourbusiness.com. Subdomains inherit very little authority from the parent domain. Subdirectories, yourbusiness.com/AC repair/Southlake, inherit all of it. I see contractors lose this fight every week. They get talked into a fancy microsite per city architecture and end up with 30 subdomains that have zero authority and zero rankings. One domain, pillar pages, city pages and subdirectories under the pillars. That's the architecture. Two more layers, and then we get to the AEO part, because that's where this gets really interesting in 2026. Layer 1, schema markup, specifically local business schema with the area served property listing, every city you serve, plus service schema on each service page nested with that area served. This is the machine readable version of what your pages are saying in English. Google reads it, and more importantly, the AI engines read it, and they use it to decide who they trust for local queries. Most contractor websites have zero schema. Adding it correctly is one of the highest leverage moves you can make in a weekend. Layer 2, proof of work. Google's looking for signals that you actually operate in these cities, not just claim to. So real project photos with location data, real customer testimonials that name the city, case studies. We installed a 5-ton system on this 1990s ranch in West Copel. Google business profile posts that reference jobs in different cities, citations on local directories, chambers of commerce, BBB, industry associations in each market. This is the project portfolio SEO piece. Every job you finish is a new geographic signal. Most contractors throw that data away. You should be feeding it back into your site. Now, here's the part almost nobody is talking about correctly yet, because in 2026, ranking on Google is half the game. The other half is getting cited when somebody asks ChatGPT, Perplexity, or Google's AI overview, who's the best HVAC company in Southlake. That's called Answer Engine Optimization, AEO. AEO is not a different game. It's the same game with one extra requirement. Your content has to be structured to be quotable. Clear question and answer formatting. Direct answers in the first sentence of a section. FAQ schema on every service city page. Comparative language like the most common AC issues in Southlake homes are. Specific, attributable claims, not vague marketing fluff. When an LLM crawls your page, it's looking for paragraphs it can lift verbatim and cite. If your page reads like a sales pitch, it gets skipped. If it reads like a Wikipedia entry written by an actual expert who works in that city, it gets cited. In Abundance Rank, we have a tool called the AEO Harvester that monitors which AI engines are citing client sites for which queries in which cities. Because if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. We use that data inside our consulting engagements to figure out exactly what to rewrite, where, and in what order. All right, let's pull it together. If you're a home services or commercial contractor watching this and you want to rank in every city you serve, here's the order of operations. 1, list every service you offer, every city you serve, multiply them. That's your matrix. 2, build pillar pages for each service first. Those are the authority anchors. 3, build city service pages under each pillar as subdirectories, not subdomains. 4, make every page genuinely different. Real local detail, real proof of work. 5, add local business and service schema with area served properly set. 6, rewrite every page in answer first quotable format for AEO. 7, measure what's getting cited and where and double down on what works. If you do this, really do it. Not the watered down version your last SEO sold you. You will outrank competitors who have been in those cities for 20 years. I have watched it happen for client after client. If you're sitting there going, Ken, that sounds great, but I run a business. I don't have time to build 80 pages and rewrite my schema and learn AEO. Yeah, that's exactly why people hire us. I run a small consulting practice called AI Abundance. We do this work for commercial and home services operators in DFW and nationally. If you want me to look at your current setup and tell you exactly what to fix, in what order, and what it costs, book a call at ai-abundance.com. Link is in the description. It's a real call with me, not a sales pod, not a junior rep, just 30 minutes. We look at your situation. I tell you the truth. You decide if it makes sense to work together. If this video helped you, do me one favor. Hit subscribe. I put out one of these every week, breaking down exactly how local businesses are winning with AI and search in 2026. See you in the next one.